Well, the result of the meeting that the Northern Leaders Forum and also the Middle Belt and South-South Leaders meeting did not end well for those in the Southern region and those in Middle Belt, because right now they said they will no longer play fool for the Northern leaders, that they are ready and ready to fight this time around, that if the country wants to separate, that they do not mind, but they are no longer playing fools or playing the nice guy any longer. Anyway, I'll bring you more details as to how all of this unfolded and what happened. But before then, ensure you hit the subscribe button and also turn on your notification bell and also give this video a thumbs up. Okay, right here, let us dive right in and see what the Southern leaders have to say. Leader of the Southern and Middle Belt parts of the country under the auspices of the Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum, SMBLF, on Wednesday warned that they would no longer allow the northern part of the country to dictate to them or allow them to keep playing any supremacist role over there. There was the focus of a communique issued by the forum after an emergency meeting the forum held in Abuja. The communique was signed by the Chief Ike Clark, Pandef leader AVM Idongist Nkanga, Chief Broderick Bozimo, Mr. Solomon Asemota San, Senator Basi Henshaw, Professor Gigi Dara, and Chief TJO Okoroti from the South-South. Others who signed the communique were Chief Ayo Adebanjo from Afenifere leader Mr. Yinka Odumaki, Senator Kofoworola Akerele Bukno, Oba Oladipo Olaitan, Senator Femi Okunrunwo, Chief Shupo Sonibare, Chief Demola Folarin, Dr. Akin Fakponda for the Southwest. They also included Chief John Wondo, President General Ohaneze, Chief Guy Ikoku, Dr. Chukwemeka Ezeife, Mr. Chuks Moma, son, Mr. Mike Ahamba, son, Mr. Madu Bright Allwell, Chuks Achiokpaga, Chief Alex Ogbonia for the Southeast. And from the North Central Middle Belt are Dr. Pogu Bitrus, President, Middle Belt Forum, Air Commander Dan Suleiman, retired Dr. S.D. Gani, Elder Stephen Bagoji, Honorable Jonathan Asake, Mr. Chris Abba, Mr. Mark Jacob, and Mr. Festus Yinwo. While reacting to the meeting of Northern State governors with Northern emirs and chiefs and Arewa leaders in top post position in the current regime held on Monday, the SMBLF reiterated that its call for the restructuring before the 2023 general election. The communique reads, "The meeting coming aftermath of the NSAS protest, when we should be putting heads together nationally to seek solution to our problems, is most destructive, divisive, and made Nigeria widely scattered as against the indivisibility and other non-sequiturs that were regurgitated at the end of it. Where will this country be heading to if we also decide to call our own meeting with our governors and top officials in the federal government? We do not see any responsibility displayed by those who have been serially accused of sectionalizing our national government to allow such insensitivity and total subversion of the unity of the country that only exists on the lips of those behind the meeting." It's not also lost on us that the communique of the meeting was making space for National Executive Council nominations to a sectional initiative as the utmost level of disregard to the rest of the country, whom they are treating as serfs, where we are supposed to joint and equal stakeholders in Project Nigeria. The meeting wondered the quality of humanity of any group meeting at this period of mournings not to have a word of compassion for those that were recklessly murdered by state forces and hired thugs during the protest. We reject the indecent approach to paste the peaceful protesters in dark colors. They made their demands clear and were orderly before the violent Nigerian state deployed armed soldiers and thugs in 911 lorries against them. It is wickedness to place our power above every other national interest by playing the regime change label on the peaceful protesters who were not armed like Boko Haram that the regime is chasing about with negotiations in the same spirit it has seen coddling and pampering killer headsmen. We do not see the thoughtfulness in the celebration of Northern youth not participating in the NSAS protest, as if they did not also look like they are deprived young people in other areas of the country, which shows they are suffering the same thing, but instead of treating leprosy, our counterparts are dealing with eczema. We foresaw all this is happening now, which is why we have been calling for restructuring, as a multi-ethnic country like Nigeria can only be run along federal lines. We were not oblivious of the damage the military did to this country by using faith to create local government areas with headquarters in villages of top shot mostly from the north. Kano State today has 44 local government areas and Bayelsa has 80. When you want to recruit 10 policemen per local government area, Bayelsa will have 80 and Kano 440. That affects where the materials to be drawn into SARS and others are drawn. The inequalities multiply everywhere, and this is why we insist on restructuring of the country now before we go for any national election. We make it abundantly clear to our colleagues from the core north that yesterday ended last night, and never again shall this country be run the same way. No section of the country can play any supremacist role again if the rest of us are fools. It is either we live together as equals under the same rules of engagement, or we explore other options. As dignified human beings, we deeply mourn with all families who lost their dear ones in the crisis we just went through, and pray God to confront them. May those who wantonly destroyed lives pay grievously for their deeds. Well, I really support what the South and also the Southwest and other Southeast are doing in the country, because, of course, it seemed to me like the whole of the country is being run by, the North, which is not supposed to be. Imagine what leader of the South just said. He said Bayelsa has about 80 local government areas and Kano has about 44. He said, but when they want to pick security men and they want to pick people that will serve the nation, they will pick over 400 from that region and they will pick only 80 from Bayelsa that already has 80 local government. That means they are picking one from each local government in Bayelsa. What about that of Kano? Well, all of this, and they're asking for restructuring, which is very important, and they said it must happen before the next general election. So tell us what you think about all of this, and don't forget to drop your comments on this video. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.